Humanity has been driven from Earth, but now it's time to take it back. Join the Reconquest and fight the Scourge on the Drop Zone Commander Hub at beastsofwar.com. Flames of War brings you the battles of World War II in epic 15mm scale. Go to the hub on beastsofwar.com to find news, tactics, and tutorials about the game.
Hi everybody, welcome to Antares Rising. Today we are having a look at drones within the game. Now I assume there are a few different flavors, so is there any specific one you're wanting to go after today, Rich?
Well, in this particular sort of scenario we set up here, we've got a bunch of different drones. So we've got, I think, 4 or 5 different ones to show you how they play in the game.
Okay.
In the game, in the rulebook in particular, there are, I think, 6 to 8 different drones. Different factions have access to different ones, and specific units can use certain ones. So they're not available to everyone, and they had a little bit of extra spice and a bit of flavour to the game that we really wanted to cover, because it's kind of one of those little iconic parts of Antares that kind of set it apart.
All right, well, who are the heroes of the day? I'm seeing some of the Algorand. What do they have? What is their drone?
For the purpose of this video, that's going to be, I believe, a Medi drone.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to play through a few different little scenarios here on the board to sort of show you a few different types of drones in action to show you what each of them does.
Okay. I assume since they have a Medi drone, someone's going to shoot at them first. So who's it going to be?
Well, let's start over here. I've got Boromites over here. So I start at the top here, I've got an X-launcher, and then next to them, I've got a regular work gang.
Yeah.
With each of these, you'll see we've got a drone with them. So these drones here, these are targeter drones. So particularly for the X-launcher, because it's effectively, you know, a bit like a mortar, it's a firing unit. It's not a close combat unit, anything like that.
Okay, so it's an arcing fire piece.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So they've got a spotter drone, which will help them with targeting their enemy. Okay. So at the moment, they're hiding behind these transmat barriers here, sorry.
Yeah.
So they're getting cover from this, but they can't sort of see through them.
Yeah.
So they're going to fire over here to this Algorand squad.
Yeah.
And obviously, they can't draw a direct line of fire through the transmat station and these barriers.
Yeah.
So what they're going to do is they're going to use their spotter drone to target for them. Now, unfortunately, the spotter drone is also hidden here, so the spotter drone can't see through either.
Yeah.
But this squad have a spotter drone as well.
Ah.
Now I can draw a line of sight from this spotter drone to that one.
Right.
So you can patch through. So the X-launcher here can target through here, and they can see them directly. So rather than having to fire overhead and take the nerf of that, they can fire through this one, and that means that they can get direct line of sight, so they don't take that nerfing.
Cool. All right, well, take a shot.
Okay. So X-launcher normally hits on a 5. It would normally be -1, so hitting on a 4 because it's overhead fire, but because I can see directly, it's on a 5 now. So
awesome.
Let's see. A 5, exactly a 5.
Bingo.
Wouldn't you fancy it? So
you've now landed a hit.
If I didn't have those 2 spotter drones, I would have been hitting on a 6, and I would have missed that shot.
Yeah, and I'm guessing when you're deploying, you could actually leave your spotter drone a little further away just to peep out around the corner?
Yes, yeah, it has to be within a couple of inches there to get coherency. But yeah, absolutely. I say there's lots of tactics you can use where you have your unit hidden directly behind the barrier and you have your spotter drone just poking out as well to get direct line of sight.
Yeah.
So there's lots of little tricks
Could
you can
that drone
use.
be targeted in return?
Not specifically targeted. What happens if the Algorand were to fire back? They would fire back and obviously roll 5 dice, 1 for each guy. If they were to hit on a 1, they get sort of exceptional damage, so they can then take that 1 and specifically target the drone if they want to. So you can take them down that way.
Yeah, but what I mean is, because the drone can be seen, the unit can be seen to be targeted by a shot to begin with.
No, because the drone doesn't count as a member of the squad. It's kind of a piece of equipment rather than a member, so you can't target them back directly.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to get at there, is you can have your drones hanging out, giving you that line of sight without exposing yourself, which I think is a very, very cool little thing. Okay, so I've been hit. What happens now?
Well, you've been hit, so you'd have to roll a save. So an Algorand, a regular save for Algorand would be a 6.
Okay.
But you have a Medi drone. The Medi drone means that you can re-roll 1 failed res test.
All right. So I'd probably fail this. A 7.
And you do.
Okay, so that means I get to re-roll because of my drone?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And now you pass.
Okay, so is it just the 1 dice that lets you re-roll in the squad, I'm guessing?
I believe it's 1 per sort of time that you're fired upon.
Okay, you see, that makes sense. So it's making them that little bit more resilient. I like that idea.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
what else do we have on the table here? Because we've now seen Medi drones, we've now seen spotter drones.
Yep.
What other drones are there?
Let's go for this one here. So if you've bought the starter set or the template set, you'll notice this wonderful sort of banana-shaped template we have in here. This is to represent the effect of the batter drone. So we've got a Concord command squad here who have a batter drone with them. So let's see what that does. Well, you see it's got this big beam here. What do you think that is?
Well, I'm going to guess it's some form of super sci-fi energy force field?
Exactly, yeah. The batter drone emits a giant force field. So you place this template anywhere within 5 inches. So the whole thing has to be within 5 inches. But you could, for example, if you had a squad here and these guys were firing on them, you could put this when the battle drone ever hits to defend them.
I see. So, yeah, so you can throw a bit of cover around with you. I like that idea. I like having mobile cover that I can run alongside my units.
Exactly. For the purpose of this video, we're going to have it here in front of them.
Okay.
We have 5 Boromites here with mag guns, and we're going to fire at them.
Okay, so fire away.
So, 5 dice.
Yep. Now I assume you're standing still, and that's going to give you your standard bonus, yeah?
Yep. Regularly, my AC would be a 5, but I'm standing still. I'm taking the fire order, which means I get +1.
Right.
So 6 or less.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3. 3 hits there.
Okay, so I'll have 3 saves to make.
Yep.
What exactly does that force field do here?
Well, it's a -2 to the hit. So it would be a 5, but then goes down to a 3 to hit.
Okay, so you would still have 3 hits here.
Thanks to my tricksy rolling, I've still hit 3 times.
Yeah, so I'll have to make my regular saves, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
And you actually did roll a 1 here.
I did.
So does that mean you can target the batter drone?
That means I can put it on the batter drone, yes.
So would you like to put one on the batter drone?
I would love to put one on the batter drone.
All right, I'll roll 1 blue dice for the batter drone. Is it still the exact same save?
It's on a 5 to the guys, and the batter drone doesn't get a save. So I've picked off. So that's why the 1s are particularly nasty.
So this just dies.
Exactly.
And the shield is now gone.
Yep.
Now, you see, I like the idea that these aren't just constant bonuses, that you can take damage to the unit and lose it, and you can decide, you know what, I'd rather you don't have that bonus now.
Yeah, some drones are sort of, like you say, reusable and can be used each turn.
The 2 opposite ends of the scale, a 1 and a 10, so 1 guy dies.
Yes.
Unfortunate. And obviously, as always in Antares, you will take your pin when you get hit. So that was unfortunate, and I forgot to put 1 onto the Algorand squad.
So things like spotter drones can be used each turn. So every time you fire, the spotter drone can be used because it's a thing that's sort of targeting for you. Things like the medi drone can be used each turn, but also we've got things like over here, if we have a zoom in.
Okay, so this one, what is this?
This is a shield drone.
Okay.
Shield drone, sort of similar to the medi drone in that it's a sort of a resilience bonus. So what we'll do is we'll shoot the Algorand squad.
All right, I'll shoot the Algorand squad for a change. So how many dice do I get here?
How many guys have you got? You got 5 guys there with mag guns?
Yeah, 5 guys with mag guns.
5 guys, so 5s or less to hit.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty good. Okay, so 4 hits.
So 4 hits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of those onto the shield drone.
All right, so I assume you would use a blue dice?
Yes, let's do that, yeah.
Just make it clearer.
Okay.
So let me clear these and roll away.
So 5s or less. So 2 guys unfortunately die.
Yeah.
The shield drone takes the hit on a 3, so the hit shield drone takes it. The shield drone, though, its save, it's obviously a D10. On a roll of a 1, which is particularly good, the shield drone takes the hit and it survives. On a roll of a 2 to 9, so the majority of times, the shield drone takes the hit and is knocked out. So I've got a 3 there, so it's taken the hit for me. Luckily, my guys have all survived, but the shield drone's been taken out.
So that dies, and I think you lost another 1 guy?
Another 1 guy there, yeah.
So... I can see how that would definitely be useful.
But on a roll of a 10, the shield drone has no effect, so the bullet it tries to intercept the bullet, but it doesn't succeed. So one of your guys then dies instead.
Right, but does the shield or the shield drone, does it remain in the squad after
that? It does, yeah.
Okay, so
effectively, it's sort of almost an extra wound, but it's not sort of a certain extra wound. You can still get hit.
Yeah, it's sort of like an active interceptor.
Yes,
you know, like you see on some modern military vehicles, because you have some of them will actually target and try and shoot down an incoming projectile.
Yes, yeah.
So whereas this is it's just going no, jumping in front.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those are really cool. I like the idea that we're getting some nice extra bonuses, and it's really making the squads that little bit more flavorful.
Exactly. I say this is just a few examples here, but you've got things like camo drones. So camo drones, if your unit, for example, if your unit took a down order, the camo drone means that you can't be targeted from anywhere outside of a 10-inch bubble. So it's a camouflage. Yeah. So if I was sat here and you had a unit on the other side of the board.
Yeah, say I had a squad here.
Yes.
Just a few guys.
Yep.
And I was wanting to shoot you, and you had a camo drone there. Because I'm too far away, I just cannot target you.
You can't see them.
Nice.
Also things like, say, there's gun drones as well. So your command squads, for example, the Freeborn Command Squad, one of my favourite squads in the game, the Freeborn Command Squad, you can include, I think, 2 extra gun drones. Right. And then you can include also 2 further if you take one specific command squad. So you can have 4 different gun drones. So your command squad have plasma lances, plasma carbines, sorry. Yeah. And you can also have 4 extra, I think, gun drones with plasma carbines. So essentially it's extra shots for you as well. So there are drones that give you extra shots, drones that give you bonuses to shooting, drones that give you bonuses to saves, things like that. There's all sorts.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. I like the flavor, because that's really what I'm getting from this is, because I'm Algorand, I'm able to take medi drones. If I'm playing Gar, can they take drones?
Gar are a very low-tech race.
Yeah.
The Concorde are the sort of the mega example of buddy drones, because the Concorde are very high-tech. They have access to lots of drones. And again, you can take units with multiple drones, things like that. The Gar are the other end. The Gar don't have drones. They have things called flitters, which work sort of similarly to spotter drones in some ways. But no, the Gar are so low-tech and their technology is so volatile that they don't have access to a lot of buddy drones.
All right, no, it's just that's going to come in important, because John has been looking at the Gar and just going, oh, I like the mechs.
Yeah.
So if I know that from him, it's okay. I'm trying to get a tactical advantage. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's when it comes to army list building as well. It's you pick out your squads and it's picking out these little sort of 10, 20 point upgrades of adding little drones in just to give it a little bit of bonus here and there.
Yeah, it is nice to actually have the miniature for that, to actually, instead of having to read your army list and go, oh yeah, I gave them this metaphysical piece of gear.
It's a physical reminder.
Yeah, you can look at it and go, okay, I know what that drone type is. I know what that drone type is. Yeah. And whenever you're playing against your opponents for a while, you'll know where they're putting those bonuses as well, because you very quickly pick it up. So it keeps things really, really clear on the tabletop. I really like this idea.
Exactly, yeah. And drones, say it's not just units to take drones as well. It's also things like vehicles, like some of the tanks that we do.
Oh yeah, so like this big beastie.
Yes, well, the plastic C3M4, it comes with 2 drones itself. Comes with a spotter and a batter, I believe.
Yeah.
So the C3M4 comes with the banana template as well. So this one can take mobile cover for units around it as well.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Let's move across the backstage for some more chat about the Gates of Antares. I've really enjoyed this one. We always do backstage shows for these episodes, so come across, join us. It's worth having a watch, because there's more cool stuff happening. So we'll move on here. Get your comments in below, and we will see you in the next video.
The effect is nullified.
Okay.
If you get anything from a 2 to a 9, and they haven't activated, your order dice comes out, and it gets put to one side. We'll touch on that in a minute.
Okay.
If you get a 10, that's exceptional. In Antares, 10s are always bad.
Yeah.
We take 2 of your dice out of the order bag.
Oh.
Yes, and they get put to one side.
So hang on,
and they are contested.
am I rolling unit by unit, or am I rolling for everybody within that bubble in one go?
Every single unit. Every single unit that is affected.
Right.
So it's any buddy drones, or units with buddy drones, any vehicles, any mounted units on vehicles, and also any weapons.
From Viking halls to the cities of the future, terrain buffs will love our foreground hub. Watch gaming tables of all genres come to life at beastsofwar.com. Venture into the dangerous dungeons of myth as a mighty hero and stand against the darkness. Visit the Myth Hub on beastsofwar.com and begin your story.